Cause he want a life, headlights, I've been with midnight through the city. I've been going through some things, trying to get my mind right. Push the bucket to the lip, push that bitch into the fence. Gotta get the full control, gotta get my mind right. Headlights, I've been with midnight through the city. I've been going through some things, trying to get my mind right. Push the bucket to the lip, push that bitch into the fence. Gotta get the full control, gotta get my mind right.
What's going on, everybody? We are live. I got my guy E2Blu in the building. How you doing, E2? What's going on, man?
Man, I'm blessed and highly favored, brother.
Blessed and man, you better speak up, man. Say it with your chest. Come on,
I
bro.
said I'm blessed and highly favored.
There you go. Say it again.
I said I'm blessed and highly favored.
There we go. That's my guy right there, man. Hey, how's your Friday treating you, bro?
Pretty good, man. It's good to see a Friday. Good to see another day. Lord willing, weekend is here. Turn up.
Absolutely. So look, hey, you're gonna be mad at me, but it is what it is, man. Because look, there's a couple of things that we need to discuss because some things happened throughout this week. Eastside Harold is in the chat, so you know we're gonna look. We know Eastside is a day one. Eastside Harold is a day one. We know he's really a Cowboy fan for real. But
low key, he is.
Yeah, we know. We look. You ain't made it until Eastside Harold has made your channel. You know,
pretty much.
You have not made it. You know, and you know there are people out there who, you know, they're starting out right, and they're trying to figure out their lane when it comes to this Cowboys YouTube stuff. If Eastside Harold ain't in your comments, you got some work to do. You know, you got some work to do.
He's not even a Cowboy fan. He was the first guy in the chat, bro.
Yeah. Hey, look, I ain't even gonna sit here and hold you. Like, Eastside Harold hold it down more than some of these Cowboy fans out here. I hate to say it, even though he talk trash. You know,
so
he do.
And I'm gonna charge all Cowboy fans that follow either one of us or both of us. If you're not, you should be following both of us. But at this point, you need to be in here because Eastside is crushing y'all, and that's a shame. Y'all got to be in here.
Yeah, so just because of that, Eastside, we're going to give you this one little snippet, bro. Stephon Diggs traded to Houston for a bag of peanuts, bro. Like, what were your first thoughts when this happened?
So when I saw it, I was like, what? I thought it was fake because, you know, like all those fake sites be out there talking about some, oh, yeah, well, this guy got traded, I didn't believe it. And then I saw it in multiple sources, and I was like, "Oh, it's real." And then I went to go turn the TV on, and I saw FS1 talking about it, and I was like, Then the news came out that they took the rest of his contract, gave him a raise, so he can have that all in 1 year. Boy,
must be nice. Must be nice. Yeah. God, dog, Houston, bro. Houston went from dump fire to contender in 1 year, bro. Like,
and
I mean,
shout out to D'Amico Ryans though. Like, he got that team going. And as much as Eastside being here talking about go Houston and all this other stuff, I respected what they did last year. What they got 10 wins last year?
Not sure, but I respect what they did in the playoffs more than that, and they did more than what we did in the playoffs. I think we're better. I think we're a better team than Houston. Don't get me wrong. I know we have a better quarterback right now.
Well, from where they were though, like from 4 wins to 10 wins to going to the playoffs,
and they gave Baltimore.
Shout out to Houston.
And they gave Baltimore a run for one half too. You know what I'm saying?
They did.
You know, they they just were, I guess, a little bit too green for that playoff game. You know, like look, I'll say this about my Cowboys. I wish that we showed the fight in the playoffs that they showed. Because if we showed half that fight, we wouldn't have got blown out by Green Bay like that. We probably would have won our game. You know what I'm saying? So look, I'll give that up to Eastside just for that moment. But the Cowboys had to overshadow it by re-signing. Let's go. Championship moves. Let's get it.
Not.
Literally, bro, like right after, like they just, all right, let's press the button right now. Like, bro, nobody gives a damn about Chuma Adoga getting signed. Like after Stephon Diggs just got traded. Like, do y'all understand? Like, power shifted with that. Like, come on, bro. Like, they like the Cowboys are like, they like that one person that just needs attention all of the time. They just need attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter how stupid it looks.
We can't move in silence, bro. We can't move in silence, and it blows me because you put this out here like Jerry think we stupid. Does Jerry think we stupid? Because
yes,
I feel like
the answer is yes. The answer is yes.
Yeah. I feel like he does this to be like, oh, y'all want me to re-sign somebody? Chuma Adoga. There you go. You want an offensive lineman? That's what you got.
Hey, bro, you gotta start him. You got to do the voice, though. You got to do the voice. Yeah, hey, look. Hold on. Wait. You're Chuma Adoga, and look, I got to give you the scene. I got to prep the scene. You're Chuma Adoga, and you just signed back to the team. Go.
Oh my goodness! Thank you, Jerry. I am so grateful that you have signed me today. I was with my family, sitting. I was eating my jollof rice and my goats and my fufu, and the phone rang and you called me and I say, "Hey, my mother was in the background and she cried because she saw the number because you know it said Jerry Jones on the phone." So I picked up the phone and she said, "Hey, I am signed back for a 1-year contract, veteran minimum." Yes, sir. Let's go.
Yo, what?
I know the fan base does not like me, but I did play 7 games last year, so they should shut their mouths because at the end of the day, I am what you call a decent veteran in this league. Some of you have never been in the league, so you shut up, okay? I will come here. I will prove you wrong, and I will start for the Dallas Cowboys in 2024.
So Chuma, let me ask you a question, Chuma.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you know the plays?
So I had an injury last year. It's not that I don't know the players. I do know the players. But I had an injury last year that I did not expose because as a player, we cannot go out there and make excuses about injuries. But the truth is, I had an injury to my knee and it hurts. You remember that game where I came out and then I came back in? That was where it happened. And as a man, and I am a man, don't disrespect me. I am a man. So I came back into the game and I did what I could, and I swear this year I will do better. I will not make excuses this offseason. I will come through. I will be at OTAs. You will see me at every practice, and I will be out there and I will show you. You guys are going to be out there in training camp. What is that guy? Lord Nation. I know he comes out. I see him in the stands every time I go. Lord Nation. Everyone screams Lord Nation. And who is the other guy? Vosh Lombadi. Yes. I will see them and I will look at them and I'll be like, you see, I am on the field. You go tell your YouTube friends or your people that follow you that I am good. Don't say anything bad about me this year because I am going to show you that I am going to be good. I am Chime Udoga and I will go back to my food. Thank you.
So jollof rice?
Jollof rice and goats.
But Chuma, you just went on for like 5 minutes about like you being hurt, like why you didn't know the plays. Like, what's that got to do with?
I was injured. I couldn't play. But I played 7 games. Look
in
at
Africa,
the tape. Look at the tape. I did not play that bot. Did I really play that bot? Look, go back and look at these 7 games.
in Africa, did y'all draw up plays in dirt? Like,
No, we did not have paper. We don't have paper.
oh my god, hey dog, you are hilarious. But yeah, we signed Chuma. The Texans making big moves over there. You know, we laughed at Dalton Schultz a couple weeks ago. You know, we was like, "What do you mean? Like the culture's different? It's like a zoo here. What are you talking about, dog?" That was probably the most zoo thing that could have happened. Like
Bro.
they make a move and then we literally just signed Chuma right after. Like,
Jimmy
bro,
Udoga. Sign my
Chuma
brother.
Aduga.
They signed my brother. I am so happy.
Speaking of zoos,
Oh my
speaking
God.
of zoos, so you know it's Friday, man. Like crazy things happen all of the time, bro. They happen on Fridays for some odd reason.
It's always like that.
So 1053 the fan. I'm starting to believe that they're 1053 the non-fan. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm starting to believe that these guys they get off on just creating controversy.
Drama.
Yeah, drama. So this is the tweet, and Dez did comment on it, but 1053 the fan talked on is Micah Parsons' behavior wearing thin at the Star. And you know they've been hearing some inside information that some of the guys don't like him and all of that type of stuff. And I'm just paraphrasing right now, but the bigger thing for me is you see who commented on that, right? You see who quoted that, Dez Bryant.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I
always,
know how this
always.
go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, buddy, and he ain't wrong. He is
He
not
ain't.
wrong.
He ain't. There's been on it. And I'm gonna tell you, we talked about this. Every time every time contract time come around, there's always some excuses. And then I had some fan that was talking to me about Dak and why we're gonna have to pay Dak so much money and Dak is greedy and this and that. I said, hold on. First of all, with that situation, that was on the Joneses. They were being cheap in the first place. If they would have signed him to that long-term contract in the beginning before Zeke Elliott, we wouldn't even be in this situation right now because they could have signed Dak for like an 8-year contract. You know, that like that contract they did with Tyron, they gave him like a 10-year contract.
Yeah.
They could have did something long term, at least like 6 years. But you know, and he would have signed that. But they were being cheap and this, that, and the third, and now you're gonna have to pay him those big bucks because he is your franchise quarterback. You really don't have a choice at this point.
Yeah, so we were going to talk about that, but don't you find this odd that
My bad, I ain't
Micah
mean to
is?
jump ahead.
Yeah, no, but yeah, like, don't you find it odd that like, all right, first it was CD Mom, you know what I'm saying? First it was CD Mom, then it was
This all seems
Dak,
like weird.
Dak, and the sexual. I don't know if it's a
I don't
shakedown.
even know when did that
What
happen. Like,
well, I don't know what you categorize it as. Do you categorize it as extortion, or do you categorize it as a sexual assault suit, like a lawsuit? I think it's a lawsuit. You know, I think you got to categorize it as a lawsuit, but that's beside the point. Then now we're hearing rumblings of Micah just getting on everybody's nerves, or you know, me paraphrasing it right there. So I mean, nobody else getting on nobody's nerves. Nobody else doing nothing stupid. Like, I mean, it's just the three that we gotta extend or
right.
find out what to do with their money.
Right.
So
It's ironic that you don't hear nothing about no D Law. You don't hear nothing about Chauncey Ghost, and I'm surprisingly you ain't heard nothing about Sam Williams because you would think you would hear something about Sam Williams around this time of season or off
well, the,
season, I should say.
well, the one thing I'll say about 105 through the fans is that the CD mom thing was not on them, but this
No,
Dak thing, it wasn't completely on them. But what they did, they definitely raised a lot of eyebrows, bringing the lawyer on or trying to bring the lawyers on, trying to be CNN or whatever the hell they was trying to do. And
now
I
who was
get it.
that? Was that Dax? Was that Dax people that was doing that, or
So what happened was they reached out to both teams, and they got the girls' lawyer on, and you know he used the R word. He used the R word when he spoke on it. So I'm surprised you didn't hear about that, but
No.
yeah,
I
usually
heard about the situation, but it was kind of weird because it was like she said this, and then he came back, and that's what confused me was the R thing, and then it was the extortion, and then I'm just like, okay, so what really went down? Was this something like before he was dating his girlfriend now? Like something that was in the past that they were
yeah,
like hanging
yeah,
out,
yeah.
they were like
No,
hanging out or something, and
dog, this I think it stems back to like I want to say something like if fans in the chat let me know too if I'm wrong. I could be wrong because I'm going off the
closer
top of
to
my
his
head and
rookie
I'm not
year.
looking it up. Yeah, it was something I want to say maybe like 2018, 2019, something like that. You know, something along those lines.
This the
So
thing, man. I don't believe Dak. Dak not that type of dude, man. He doesn't come off as anybody that would 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 do anything like that to a woman. You know what I'm saying? Especially because he's always been low key about his private life and you know what I'm saying his relationships and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's ever said you don't hear people say negative stuff about him like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it just doesn't it seems way out of character.
well, I'll tell you this much though, right? Because I talk to a lot of women, or I'm friends with a lot of women. I have a mom, I have a sister, and stuff like that. Like assault happens a lot more than we think. They'll say something like 4 out of 10. It's really like based on the women that I've talked to, it's really something along the lines of 8 out of 10 or something, or 9 out of 10, and women just don't talk about it. I'm not gonna say that I would completely absolve him of it, and I know that's not what you're saying at all. I'm just saying the timing of it is a little weird to me. The timing is definitely weird for
It kind
certain
of almost
for
seems
something
like
that happened in 2017.
right, and almost kind of seems like a cash grab. Now I'm very sensitive. Trust me, I'm pro woman all day, every day. I talk about it all the time. But like I said, I don't completely know the situation, so I can't put a full
Yeah,
grasp on the whole thing. But I mean, when a lot of this stuff comes with like football players or any athletes that make a lot of money, it just seems like it comes down to the dollar bill. You know what I mean? And it's like, what really happened? Like, can we get a broader scope? But we'll never know. You know what I mean? At this point, especially because it was something that happened a couple of years ago.
yeah,
That's the
exactly.
unfortunate part about it.
Well, I think the unfortunate part about what we're talking about to me is, and I'm gonna go back to the radio station because they're the flagship station or whatever, and I know that they got a beef with Jay Tuck today. Look, I'm not the type that's gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to sit here and kiss anybody's butt. I don't
Not at
care
all.
if you're at a radio station. I don't care if you're James Brown for Fox News. If something's wrong, it's wrong, and I'm gonna let you know that, or I'm just gonna go the other direction. Uh, I think that things are slow right now, and they got to try and find ways to keep people listening. And I'm not completely saying, because I'm not one of those channels. Like I could be one of those channels where one of my videos hits and it'll create a spike in things, or I'm not going to say I'm not influential in the Cowboys universe. I'm not going to say that. But one thing I will say about Jay Tuck, I find this funny. I find it funny that they blocked him and then they talked about him as soon as they talked about this topic today, because they knew Jay Tuck. They knew that Jay Tuck was going to go and pretty much get in. He was pretty much going to dog him out today. They knew that was going to happen with what they did. They knew Jay Tuck was going to have the tweets. They knew Jay Tuck was going to have millions of views. They knew
Yeah.
that he was going to turn the tide on them like he did the last time. And that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? And if I felt like he was wrong in this situation, I'd tell him. But
Yeah. Shout out to Jay
y'all,
Tuck.
yeah, y'all can't put out stories like this and expect the fans or the content creators to just buy whatever it is y'all selling. That's what y'all have an issue with. Y'all have an issue with people having a voice and being able to speak. You know what
And
I'm
then
saying?
they talk about us like we're smut, like, oh, like we don't know what we're talking about and we're this, and they just try to downplay it because they have this behind them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And my thing about it is I have a different perspective than you guys have. You can interview players, you guys have sources, and that stuff is cool. What people like us offer, we played the game before. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We know people as well.
Yeah.
So
And we speak more
pardon me.
realistic because a lot of them, it's a lot of going on. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's a lot of nipple twisting and thing twisting going on over there. And I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But what is my mantra? I always say, always keeping it real.
Keeping it
Because that's
real.
what
Yeah.
I do. And I don't have time for that. That's why I could never work for none of those 3-letter or 4-letter organizations because of the situation, because of that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be nobody's bottom monkey.
So here's the issue I have, right? Because they'll make it seem like they don't answer to the Cowboys organization. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Because you are your own men, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't completely believe that. But then you do stuff like this. Like, okay, so what? People might not like Micah Parsons. What the hell does that have to do with anything, bro? What does it have to do with anything?
Nothing. It's because the officer, they have no content, they have nothing to talk about, so there's no substance. So they're just coming up with anything, and like, okay, they're taking him because they know that he's the voice of the Cowboys and he's the one guy that has the podcast and he's always in the news, and because his contract is coming up as well, so they're gonna jump on that.
Yeah. Okay. Ultra Cowboys in the comment section, and he's bringing up something about blocking, right? And this is multiple times, and I will address it here. Appreciate you. Appreciate your support, Ultra Cowboy. And I don't want you to think that I am attacking you with this, because you said J Tuck blocks as well, and that's why I will not defend him on that. So I feel you on that, bro. What y'all don't understand is a lot of time, and I've had to deal with this. I've had to deal with this, and I've blocked people as well. There are people out there who will attack. They will attack you personally, as if as they will attack you personally just off of your take. You know what I'm saying? Like Mark literally had a fan out there leak his address, phone number,
Ridiculous.
making videos about his kids.
Talking
You
about
know
his
what I'm saying?
wife,
Yeah.
all types of stuff.
So the thing about it is being a content creator and being able to talk to the fans and be like fan, because we're all fans at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? We're just fans with a mic and a camera. That's it. But there are people out there that will, like, I've had racial threats. I've had a person literally tell me they will do me like George Floyd. Literally, all because I said I wanted to draft Kyle Pitts.
Wow.
Literally. So I'll defend him because that's my brother and I talk to him every day. He's not as thin-skinned as y'all think he is. Y'all don't know a lot of the things we deal with.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, just by being a content creator and disagreeing with some things. So I'm not saying that J Tuck should block everybody, but at a certain point, you got to protect your energy. You have to be able to protect your energy, especially because look, guys like us, we're not doing this for money. We're doing this because we love it. We're doing this because we love being a fan. You know what I'm saying? Just like
Definitely.
you guys are in the comment section, we just decided, hey, we want to be able to speak on it and be able to talk to you guys. Because us content creators, guess what? We're going to open up phone lines. We're going to talk to you. We're going to tweet you. We're going to tweet you back. You know, these guys that did that to Jay Tuck, they're not going to do that with you
at
because
all.
because they
They're
think
gonna
you're
ignore
idiots.
you.
Yeah, exactly.
We
Straight
respect
up.
y'all. Speaking of that, shout out to Lola and Joe Gonzalez and Big J in the comments. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah. So the thing about this, right, and we're talking about Dak's contract a little bit, right? So I kind of thought of some things, and people gonna kill me for this. Mark will probably kill me for it. But did you know that my biggest issue with the Dak situation isn't that I think Dak should be a lifelong Cowboy? My issue with the whole thing is they got their toes in the water telling you that it's all in. That's been my issue from day one. So if you got any inklings that Dak Prescott is not your quarterback, don't spit on me and tell me it's raining.
It's raining. Right.
Don't spit on me and tell me it's raining. If you feel like Dak might not be your quarterback, y'all should be looking at quarterbacks right now. Y'all should be, look, at the 24th pick, we should be looking at a quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
But they know damn well they want Dak. They know they don't want anybody else to be in the franchise right now. I mean, because if that's the case, then they would be doing their due diligence. They would be doing what you said, but they're not.
Nah, if they really wanted him, they would be going to the table and they would have gotten a deal done. I don't ever see, like, and I'll use this as an example because he gets his deals done and he's won championships, right? But I'll use this as an example. I don't see Mahomes struggling with them signing him because they be dumb as that because they want him.
I just think the Joneses don't know what they're doing when it comes to contracts. I'm starting to come to that. Like, they really don't know what they're doing. They sign the wrong. They give the contracts to the wrong people, but then the ones that they need to sign, they don't jump out there and give them the money. It's like you jumped out there for Jalen Smith, but you don't give it. I just, bro.
Yeah, I feel like they do know what they're doing, but here's the thing: like, this is my issue with them being toes in the water and saying that we jumped in there. My issue is that you never get anything done. They only want to be good enough to be competitive.
Right.
They just want to be competitive because they don't want you guys not showing up. They don't want you guys not buying merch. They want you to believe that they've done everything possible to make this a championship team. But in all actuality, it's not about winning. It's not about building for the it's all about building a roster and the bottom line. And that's the bottom line. That's what it's about. Because this is how I feel about Dak. And again, I love Dak as a human. I love Dak as a quarterback. I would love Dak to win a Super Bowl as a Dallas Cowboys quarterback. But I also recognize that football is football and that people move on. You want to know what Green Bay did twice? They drafted a quarterback in the first round. And guess what? Brett Favre had one of his best years, and then he tried to drag his feet a couple times at camp, and they said, "Nah, champ, we ain't doing this. We got Aaron. See you later." And then Aaron started doing that crap. Aaron started getting a little bit too comfortable, and they said, "You know what? Bam, Jordan Love." Aaron Rodgers put out 2 MVP seasons back to back, and then this third one. They beat us that year, but that third one, then it was like, all right, you lost it. Let's go with the young kid. Kansas City, we got a good roster, but we need that oomph. Let's trade up and get Mahomes. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. Yes,
teams are out here doing it, and it has resulted in Super Bowls for them. It resulted in one for Green Bay.
But clearly, we don't know how to draft quarterbacks because you look at
how do we know?
Because we lucked into Tony and we lucked into Dak.
We never tried.
Look at that. But look at what they were doing before that. That gap in between Tony and Troy.
Yeah. I agree, and they tried to do exactly what they're doing with Trey Lance right now. They took a baseball player that wasn't even playing football. They tried to put anybody at quarterback during that time. Bro, anybody. We traded for Ryan Leaf.
Ryan Leaf, bro.
I don't even know if we traded for him. I might have made that up, but we got Ryan Leaf.
You remember Stephen McGee? Oh man.
Yeah, but I'm just saying we half-assed when it comes to the quarterback. Honestly, we half-assed with Dak. We didn't even want Dak. We wanted Connor Cook and we wanted Paxton Lynch.
And that's the thing. And where are they now?
Not in the league.
Right.
But I'm
Even
just saying.
Cardale Jones didn't even make it. He ended up going to the XFL being the DC Defenders quarterback, and now he's not even a quarterback. He got beat out by another boy. So bruh.
But we don't try, bro. Like my whole point is, dog, how are you expecting to get a quarterback that's high caliber if you keep drafting them 4th round, 5th round, undrafted? We lucked up. It's luck is what happened. They didn't develop these dudes. It was luck.
We almost drafted Johnny Manziel over goddamn Zach Martin.
But what I will say is, at least I could at least say they tried with that, right? Like they did that due diligence, which will bring me to, the next point where we'll talk about, the interest of like who they've been looking at. But they haven't been looking at no quarterbacks, bro. They haven't been looking at no quarterbacks. So who has the leverage? Dak Prescott has the complete leverage over everything. Yeah, and they're not even looking, like Dak might not be on this team next year, and you're not even looking for his replacement.
I don't know. If y'all want, maybe they looking at Trey Lance. I don't know.
Yeah, but again, my whole point is y'all looking at Trey Lance and y'all are doing that. That's half foot in, half foot out. That's half foot in, half foot out. Maybe because he's here, he'll develop into something. Nah, hell no, bro.
Because that shit bites you all the way in the ass.
Exactly. Look, Dak, nothing personal, brother. We got to do what we got to do. I believe in the air. I believe in finding heirs at quarterback. We talked about that last week with John. It's not just the air at quarterback. I believe that at every position. I believe that at running back. I believe that at linebacker. I believe that at defensive tackle. I believe that at edge. Like, bro, if you're not constantly trying to push people off the roster with who you're drafting, then what are we doing here? What are we doing?
And I mean, to defend Dak a little bit, I agree with you what you're saying on that end, but on the back end, you look at what Dak had to go through with this team with those years of Jason Garrett and that lame duck coaching, and even when Mike McCarthy came here, they were forced to have Boy Wonder here. Yes, we had the number one offense at the time, but we weren't running the ball. We weren't balanced. What were we doing in 2016 when Dak Prescott was beasting? We had a balanced run and pass game. Dak Prescott plays well when you have a good run game, as most quarterbacks do. I think Dak Prescott is okay for us. I just think we need to do right with him. We keep doing stupid stuff. Like we're not running the ball. We're not getting the right running backs. We're not the offensive line is just torn the hell apart. We need to get this line together. We need to get these running backs in here. And I think that will make everything go better. Because if you look at it, if you look at his numbers, even with all of that, even with the lack of the running game and the offensive line playing terrible, we know that Terrence Steele was a liability last year. Even though I like Terrence Steele and I think that he can play better than that, I just think that the offensive line coach is not getting the best out of him. Because when we switched to offensive line coaches, that was when he started playing bad. And I was just like, nah, you got to play him by his strengths. We know what he's good at, play him by his strengths. And because of the lack of that, Dak was still playing decent with that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just look at it from a glass half empty perspective.
Shout out to the lunatic, bro, for the deuce support New Cowboys media, F Filthy, DC for life. Appreciate you, bro. So look, here's something that I'm going to say, and I wanted to save this for the show, and people gonna get on me. They can get on me. I don't care. But I saw the look in Dak's eyes in that game. It was the same look I saw in San Francisco. It was too much for him. It was too much for him. Dak is not the guy with how things are going right now. So we're saying the same thing, but I have to say this. I have to say it like I'm saying it right now, and it has to be a hard truth, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for people to really understand what I'm saying, but I have to say it like this. If we keep not giving him running games, you know what I'm saying? Like you saying, not fixing the line, and we're saying we're paying him this money, he should be able to go out there and do this. He's shown you time and time again he can't do it. He's not good enough to do it. He's not good enough to do it. Look, that's not me hating on him. Again, I love Dak Prescott. I think he's a
I
good
agree with that.
quarterback.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not
Yeah,
even disagreeing with that.
yeah.
But that's the difference between him being elite and not being elite. We never said he was elite. We just said that he was a really good quarterback. He was drafted in the 4th round for a reason.
Yeah,
People forget that he's a 4th round
that's what I'm
quarterback,
saying,
not a
bro.
1st round draft pick.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So if you know that, and if you know that, why are we like this is what the Joneses do? They feel like look, this is what they do. They'll draft. I don't understand this philosophy for the life of me. They draft linemen, right? They keep linemen in and out of here, and they feel like the line, if we build a good enough line, these guys should be able to perform. You know what I'm saying? They feel like the Wall of Dallas is why Emmett is the way Emmett was. I think that Emmett beating them in that situation, showing them that your philosophy is bull, and sitting out and then coming back and winning MVP and Super Bowl MVP. I think they've been trying to chase that shit ever since. They've been trying to prove that the offensive line is why these guys are good. You know, that's why Troy was good. That's why they're trying to prove that shit. That's why, like, we should have drafted a running back last year.
Yeah.
We haven't even gotten to the 30 visit list yet, but I'm going on a rant right now. They feel like their way is what won the Super Bowl. No. Emmitt Smith was special.
Yes.
He was special. And guess what? Troy probably wasn't special, but Emmitt was special.
Right. We know Troy was a guy. I'm not gonna say he's a jag, but Troy wasn't great in my opinion. But that line was, and that running back was.
Yeah. And so my point is, get a damn back in here. Get a special. Continue to get back.
That's what I said.
Continue to do that. Those guys can make. They can make a look. I've been saying this the entire time. A very good line and the average back might be like, yeah, it could work, but it's only going to be good enough to get you competitive. A guy back there with a quarterback that's good,
like a Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, people was killing me last year when I wanted Gibbs, and I know we couldn't get Gibbs, but I'm just saying, bro. We have to realize what we have at quarterback with Dak and get weapons around him. We keep saying we're paying him this money. He needs to do this because his numbers are like this. Dak is a hell of a play action quarterback. But you can't be a play action quarterback if y'all can't get the front right. If the line coach ain't the best. We haven't been able to run and adjust to schemes and stuff since we had Callahan here.
And then remember, we switched to a whole new different offense. I think that let's see what happens with this second year in this offense. I mean, yeah, it took 6 games to get it right. Dak knows the offense now, so not they need to take what they took from what they ended with last year and make it better. They need to make Cooks more a part of the offense because they see what they did with him. And there's things that we can do with the talent that we have, but they just not doing it. I don't understand the stuff that we were doing with the tight ends. Remember, what we were doing with both Ferguson and what's the other boy name?
Ferguson and Hendershot.
And Hendershot, you're right. Dual threat. You know what I'm saying? Like you utilize both of them. You know what I'm saying? Like they got players, but it's like they got a portion of driveway and just looking at it.
They got players, but they also don't want to hurt feelings. So it's weird. It's like they're in a weird position, right? Like they'll rather hurt our feelings than to hurt a sorry ass player's feelings.
That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, like I mean, if you're not performing, then hey, draft a guy like LVE. Okay, your neck been hurt for 5 to 6 damn years, but we won't draft a linebacker for real. Now you want to draft one because he retired.
That part. Lord have mercy.
And when did we draft LVE? When Sean Lee was on his way out the damn door.
Right.
Y'all ain't trying to hurt no feelings. Rolando McClain, y'all found a way to bounce his ass up off the roster when he played better than Sean Lee when Sean Lee was out.
Man,
and we had an
Rolando
enforcer.
McClain was in here beasting when he was in the game.
Look, people are gonna kill me for saying this. I don't care what y'all think. I don't care. I know what I saw. We were a better defense with Rolando McClain than we ever were with Sean Lee leading the helm. It's the truth.
Yeah.
It's the God honest truth.
Yes. Yeah.
He was pushing piles backwards. He was not getting bumped off the spot. He wasn't lighting the ass. They don't want to look.
He was knocking them down. They was not. Look, I love Sean Lee. He's the general. I know why they like him because he's a great guy. Whatever.
It's therapy right now, brother.
But at the end of the day, bro, like I'm not about to sit here and coddle you. Like you're right. You're right. Rolando McClain came in here, played better than Sean Lee did. He did.
What's up, Mark? Yeah, he did.
Mark
he
did.
did.
In the chat. What up, Mark?
Mark in the chat, man. Yeah. So my whole point is push guys off the roster with draft picks and get players. You know what I'm saying? Don't get look. You want to know why last year's draft failed? Because they felt like we already had a good enough roster. And they're just adding depth pieces. Oh,
yes.
Fuck.
Like, come on, bro.
Get your ass out of here. Give me a damn linebacker and a running back in here. What's wrong with you?
Hey, remember when we was over Mark House that one time? I got so mad. I was like, man, give me the helmet. I'll go in the game. Shit.
Oh my look. Now y'all understand why I went off the way that I went off last year about Mozzie. I was trying to tell y'all and I couldn't get it out. But I was just looking at the board. I'm like,
these damn shoestring tackles, man.
I'm like, this is what we did. It's like I understood it, but it was like it wasn't a go for the jugular move. It was a guy that wasn't going to start, and that's what I was kind of saying. Like you're around one guy, if it's not going to be a guy that's not going to start, it needs to be a quarterback. If you're going to sit him the first year, it needs to be a quarterback behind a good quarterback. That's the only way I'm drafting somebody in the first round and they not better than my starter.
And that's why I don't understand why they didn't re-sign Jonathan Hankins, because for what he got over there with the Seahawks, we could have easily gave him that. That was chump change. I'm like, you really don't have nothing right now. You got Mozzie right now that's gonna be coming off a shoulder injury, and the Carlos guy. That's it. That's all you got. Oh, and Osa. Well, Osa is really a two tag. He's not a one tag.
Man, dog, I heard Brian Broader say something on Vach's show today, and it made me want to pull my hair out. He said, because Vach asked him the question, Byron Murphy and Guyton, like, and we're sitting there.
Jalen Guyton.
Picking? Which one you picking? And he said, well, we got Osa at the 3 technique. We got 3 techniques. I think I would go Guyton. And I'm like, what? We got Osa? What? Byron Murphy's one of the best players in the draft, bro.
Agreed.
It's like you're talking about better player versus need. See, that's the problem. That's the problem.
And that's why he's not a scout no more. That's why he's not a scout no more. I love Brian, but I don't know what that thinking is.
I understood why he was saying it, but I'm just saying that's been our Achilles heel right there. Just like that. You be mad. Like, yeah, so what that Byron Murphy's a 3 technique? That means Osa becomes a depth piece.
Yes.
If you feel like Osa's that good of a damn starter. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, Osa not bad, but he can't do it by himself. You know what I'm saying? Like you need guys there. You need other guys there. You're gonna need 1, you're gonna need 2, and you're gonna need another defensive end too.
Look, for me, bro, I've been saying this. Look, number 1, your round 1 has to be a thoroughbred. They got to be a thoroughbred. They got to be
a 1 starter, no matter what position it is.
They got to be a real MFer. They got to be a real MFer. MFer Jones. Motherfucker Jones.
Let me ask you a question. Let's go with this, right? So based upon our needs, right? So offensive line, defensive tackle, linebacker, right? I know we got, Kendricks, but still, we still need a linebacker at some point. So with those 3 positions, who would you rather have first? Like who was your guy round one between
Round
those
one. Hold on.
positions?
For which position? Say them again. Sorry.
Offensive line, no matter what the position, it could be center guard. You know what we need: center guard, interior offensive line, linebacker, and defensive tackle.
Okay, so linebacker, better player, bro. Don't matter. Better player. Better player. Give me the best player there. I want the best player. Best
Okay.
player. Best player. And so if you like, let's say there's Peyton Wilson and Fuaga, for example, right? Let's say Fuaga drops and Peyton Wilson is somebody we love. I think Fuaga is a better football player. And he just so happens to be on the line. Give me the better player. You know what I'm saying? Or like if you ask me Jordan Morgan or I don't know, like Jordan Morgan's a lineman, but who do I think is or is it if Latu is there?
Latu.
I think Latu's a better player.
Latu on that one, yeah.
I think Latu's a better player. I don't think the Cowboys have any interest, but I was just bringing those examples up. You get what I'm saying?
You know why they don't want to get Latu? Because they think a Junior Fehoko is Latu.
That's exactly. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the problem. That's the problem. They like just because you hear you're gonna get better. Out of here, make him a depth piece. That's the problem. Push these dudes off the roster. You know, if they're not good enough, they're not good enough. If I got a thoroughbred here, I'm not passing on a thoroughbred just because I like this kid. I'm sorry. Sorry. Just keeping it 100. So look, I agree. We're gonna talk about the hot list and the warm list. So what constitutes hot list for me is we know how the Cowboys feel about their 30 visits. So 30 visit and combine formal. So I came up with this
yeah.
So I came up with this for you guys. And so people on the list are Junior Colson out of Michigan. He actually had a pro day too. So they were at Michigan's pro day. So I marked that down.
You know how fans feel about Michigan guys right now.
Hey, look, we're gonna get a Michigan guy. It don't matter. We're gonna get a Michigan guy. It could be
fans gonna be like,
it could be another interior guy that's probably better than Mozzie. We're gonna get a Michigan guy. We might get Junior Colson. I know that they're hot, and that's why I marked him as red. Like they are extremely hot on Junior Colson. Graham Barton out of Duke. I put offensive lineman. He can play center, left guard, left tackle. That's what I think they're gonna pick. That's what I think that dream situation is.
You know how they love those versatile guys.
Yeah, they pick versatility over dominance all the time, every day of the week, twice on Sunday. Trey Benson out of Florida State, combine formal 30 visit. That's what I'm talking about. The shot in the arm. That's the playmaker I'm talking about right there. Trey Benson.
I'm with that one.
Talise Fuaga, Oregon State. So I had red hot on this one. Combine formal 30 visits. He was at the Senior Bowl. Fuaga, he's a guy that's going to be at the top half of the draft, but here's my thing about Fuaga. He could fall depending on how people feel about him being a guard. If teams view him as a guard, you know, then he could fall because teams don't value guards that high.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my only logic for him falling there is that they don't know how other teams will view him, and maybe he'll be there. Also, there might be a run on tackles. Like, for example, I think Fuaga is better than Mims, but maybe a scout out there for another team feel like they want to take a chance on Mims being 6'7", 360 and that big and just, you know what I'm saying, whooping people's butt on tape. They might feel like he's a better, so they might pass on him, or they might, you know, J.C. Latham, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a whole bunch of things that could happen. So I think that they're just, you know, turning over every rock, and I don't have a problem with that. Troy Fontanu, left tackle. Some people view him as a guard. I view him as a tackle. I love Troy. Troy is one of the only people that I will push Tyler back inside at guard for. I love Troy as a player.
But you really think you would push him back? I really think that I would. I feel like he plays better at that left tackle spot.
I don't. I think he's a better guard. And
you think so?
For certain, bro. I think he's a better guard. And then
but do you think they're comfortable with putting a rookie out on that blind side?
Depends on how good he is, because I mean, technically, I mean they did that. They have a choice with Tyler. He did okay. He did good. So I'm not look. Tyler had put good film out there at left tackle. And here's the thing about how I approach it. I got to look at these players and say, are you better than Tyler Smith that I see play left tackle?
So you would let a battle out of training camp and see what you got.
No, I think I know enough about these players to say I think you're better than a better prospect than what Tyler Smith was. Because that's how I always go back to it. I always go back to how was he in college? If Tyler Smith was in this draft, I think Tyler Smith would have he probably would be he probably would be in the same spot, but I think that he's better than a lot of these prospects were.
Yeah.
And he was raw, but he was really strong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Braylon Allen out of Wisconsin, running back. I think he's gonna probably be a fourth round.
Fourth round, yeah.
And we don't have a 4th round pick, but they love him. They got him a combine formal in the 30 visit. Jonathan Brooks
doesn't he have an ACL injury?
Yeah, he had a late ACL injury in November. But hear this out. Combine formal, 30 visit, Dallas Day, and check this out. Their surgeon
sound like a player the Cowboys.
Their surgeon
sound like Jalen all over again.
It sound like Jalen all over again. Their surgeon did the surgery. You know what I'm saying, with a hot butter knife.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
We got a super chat, man, from my guy Twyman. Looking back at the 2023 draft, who would you have drafted over Mozzie at 26? Just curious to see what your thoughts are. If all those guys we want are gone off the hot list at 24, who would you pick? I would have gone Bergeron. Because, hey, look, I look at what they were weighing, and I thought that Bergeron was the better fit. Yeah. I thought he was the better fit for us at the moment. Now, you could argue whether or not he was going to play. You know, where would he have played? But again, if I was going to sit a guy, I just would have gone Bergeron. You look at what Bergeron was able to do in Atlanta this year. So that's my answer to that. There's probably some other guys. I also like Felix, the Felix edge that Kansas City drafted. I like Nolan Smith. I probably would have gone Nolan Smith over him. That's actually what I was fighting. I would have gone Nolan Smith over Mozzie. And I can't remember who else got drafted, but that's just short list of guys. Peyton Wilson, combine formal, 30 visit, Senior Bowl. They really like him, and you know how Dallas is, man. They love drafting hurt ass people.
Yeah, I know. Lord.
And then Ezra and Cooper.
This is one of those drafts where the Cowboys got to hit, bro, because we don't have that many draft picks unless they plan on trading back and doing some other crafty things in the draft. Like you said, we don't have a 4th round pick, so I mean.
Hey, Swami, I also thank you for the $10 super chat, bro. I didn't say thank you, but I'm very, very gracious for that. Appreciate you, bro.
Figure it out.
So let's go to warm list. It's warm. It's nice and warm. So we have Rasheen Ali from Marshall. We're not gonna spend too much time on this warm list, but we got a lot of running backs. We got a lot of running backs on this list. Ray Davis, Case McClellan. Jace caught me off guard because Jace is my guy. But they brought him in for a 30 visit, and that's a guy that I think that they can hit on in the 5th.
And it's an Alabama guy.
Oh, he's a beast. He's definitely a beast. Mm-hmm. He's better than any running back we got on the roster right now.
Yeah,
he's better than all of them. Straight up.
I mean, that's to say. I mean, we ain't got that. I mean, Rico Dowdle is the best running back on the roster, right? Who the hell is this Snoop Connor we got on the roster that they sneak and got in the offseason? Who is it? Who is that?
But hey, look, Rico. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Well, we have Rico on the roster. We okay at running. Like, dog.
Who said that? Who said that?
No, I'm just saying, bro. I'm
slapped.
No, but the Cowboys ain't thinking like that. The Cowboys want to draft they want a running back, bro. They want a running back bad.
With all these running backs on their list.
Oh, hey, you muted, bro.
You muted.
Oh,
my bad. Hold on.
While he's fixing that, they had Kingsley Suamataia from BYU tackle, 30 visits, Senior Bowl. Jermaine Burton out of Alabama, Byron Murphy. Jackson Powers Johnson, as you guys know, if you watched the draft show last night that we had with Jay Tuck and Rome, I was able to sway them into taking Jackson Powers Johnson in the first round. Bucky Irving out of Oregon. Hold on, say something again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right.
Trayvon Wallace, Brandon Coleman, TCU, Matt Goncalves. I don't know how to say his name. Y'all look out of Pittsburgh, but that seems like a Mike McCarthy type. You know what I'm saying? He's from his hometown. He's a tackle. I watched him. He's a right tackle. It's a lot of right tackles that they're looking at. Hold on, give me a second, y'all. Give me 1 second. I don't know what happened to the audio. I think that I'm gonna turn this off. Let me know if there's still an echo. Y'all let me know if it's still an echo. I had to take the headphones off. Let me know if it's still an echo, guys.
You can still hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you good. Tyrone Tracy out of Purdue. Jordan McGee out of Temple, linebacker. Nathaniel Watson, Tyler Guyton. You know, I know a lot of guys like Tyler Guyton. Tavondre Sweat. I had him. I feel like Tavondre Sweat has kind of died off a little bit, so that might mean that they really want him because they did meet him with the combine, and he was.
Ryan Browder spoke on him too.
Yeah, he was at the Senior Bowl, so it's like you got to think that they've seen enough of him. Darius Robinson out of Missouri. Somebody said that in the chat. I really like Darius Robinson. He's one of the. This is actually crazy. I know it's crazy, y'all. Hear me out when I say this. I would draft. I would consider drafting Darius Robinson in the first round. I would.
Oh, really?
I would consider it just because of the versatility. Now, I know what we say about versatility, right? Like it's not the versatility with him. It's just that he is so good at those positions. He's very good at end. He's very good when you put him, at the one technique. You can move him around as a weapon. I think that he's a guy that he's kind of like a mixture of Micah and D-Law. Whereas with the moving around portion, but with D-Law, you know what I'm saying? He can set the edge. He's very, very strong. He's a big kid. Jatavian Sanders from Texas, tight end. So that's what I have right there. But as you can see, running back and linebacker are positions that they're not going home empty-handed. Like they leaving here with something. They leaving here with something.
They coming home with some groceries.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you guys, and I'm going to continue to build on this list. So we're going to probably continue to, talk about this list as the draft nears and as we hear more things, because 26 out of
coming 30, up, we got 2 more weeks to the draft.
Yeah, something like that. And then they have had 26 of the 30 visits, so there's 4. Notice a position that is not up here.
Wide receiver,
cornerback, and wide receiver for real.
Mm-hmm.
They have looked now. That's not to say that they haven't talked to cornerbacks and wide receivers at the combine. They have, but what I tried to do was narrow down where I see them talking to these guys multiple times.
Right, because remember when we drafted CeeDee Lamb, they wasn't on the board. CeeDee Lamb wasn't even on their radar.
Yeah, but he was the best player. Yep. And notice this: our 2 best players. Our 2 best players are guys that were the very best at that spot, and they fell in their lap. BPA. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm pushing BPA.
That's why you have to draft best player available.
Zach Martin is also a best player available when they got him. Yeah. So we do very good when we get best player available. So why the hell we can't we don't keep doing it? We keep going this need crap.
I'm with it.
I don't understand.
So, not like don't get us wrong. We have our dream guys that we would like, but if something else happens, those guys get picked up. Kind of like how when what you got that cornerback got Patrick Surtain got picked in front of us,
Uh-huh.
and we couldn't get him, and we got the alternate. Those are the things that happen.
And
Get
that's
that
gonna
best
happen in this
player.
draft.
Yeah,
That's gonna
I
happen in
agree.
this draft with tackles. I think the tackles are gonna start running. I think the tackles
Yeah.
are gonna make a run. And I think that's gonna push the edges down. That's gonna push the wide receivers down, and you're gonna have a decision to make. And you
What
know the
would you
defender's
do
gonna get it.
though? What would you do if like one like a beast wide receiver is there, but then you got
Taking him,
Jackson Powers Johnson too?
taking a beast receiver.
Oh,
If I think he's better than Jackson Power Johnson, look, he's not without flaw. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't started a whole bunch of games in his career.
no,
From what I
that's his
understand
flaw.
too, from what I understand too, there might be somewhat of an injury situation. Now I know it's GM line season, so I do know that. But if I feel like the receiver is better, I'm getting the receiver. Like if it's Brian Thomas Jr., I'm getting him. You want to know why? That's the difference between and this is what I'm gonna bring up for you guys. And I tweeted this, but I'm gonna give you guys a treat. That's the difference between drafting Randy Moss and Greg Ellis. Greg Ellis was solid. Randy Moss is a legend. That's a first. You're talking about a first ballot Hall of Famer, opposed to somebody that won't even sniff the Hall of Fame. That's just keeping it 100. I don't know if y'all have ever heard it that way, but you always look. And we need receiver. It's not like we don't need it. We need it. So, to your point, I'm taking the receiver there. Straight up. Look, guys, look. We talk shot no chaser over here. Shot no chaser. I'm taking. Oh, they said that you echoing.
Hold on. Am I still echoing?
Hold on, I'm gonna mute him real fast. Do y'all hear an echo right now while I got him muted? Put a 1 in the chat if you still hear echo. I just got him muted. But yeah, definitely, Twyman, it's food for thought for certain. For certain. You got to get the best player available and not be afraid to hurt feelings. Now, I don't understand why you wouldn't get another guy to help CD or a pass rusher to help Micah.
Is the echo gone?
I don't hear the echo, but I'm not them. So I only hear you talking to me.
I don't know what happened because I didn't do anything different. Hold on, let me try
But
this.
yeah, they said it's you. It might be the headset, bro.
Man, they were just working fine.
We'll figure it out. But that's enough for football today, bro. We talked football. But for you guys that's taking notes, I'll leave up the warm-up list and stuff like that. And we'll go to the freestyle Friday portion of the show. You know, because I know that, you know, we've had some fun with it. So my guy E2 wanted to talk about 90s video games. You wanted to talk about 90s video games, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So while you're figuring out your stuff, I'll give you my favorite 90s video game.
Give me 1 second.
Drum roll, please. Madden 94. Madden 94 was my favorite 90s video game. That's probably why I love the game so much right now. Madden 94 was like that.
Mad 94 was good. That was a good one. Let me try something.
Twyman, leg it. Yeah. So hold on, what'd you say? Oh, somebody said, Twyman said, 90s video, give us some bangers. Oh, Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog all day. Somebody said, oh, yeah, hey, Keystone, 100%. TM, NT, want the arcade. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely, for certain. Absolutely. My bad. No. I'm lying, bro. I'm taking Keon Coleman over Leggett. I'm taking Keon Coleman. I don't know why I thought you were talking about somebody else. Yeah, I'm taking Keon Coleman. Sorry, I'm taking Keon Coleman over him for certain. Give me Coleman. Coleman.
All right, am I better now?
Streets of Rage, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat.
Somebody said Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat was that. So I'm gonna ask you a question. What was your favorite '90s console? That's tough. There was a lot of them.
I'm gonna say Nintendo 64. 96.
You had 007, didn't you?
Oh yes, with the golden gun.
That's one of the whole time. That's
that
one of the
temple
greatest
board.
video.
Get 3 of your friends with that temple board.
Somebody could go down and say that that's the very best game in history. You want to know why? Because all of the best games right now are based off that.
They are.
Like Halo, Fortnite,
Gears of War,
Call of Duty. Yep. All of them are based off of that.
Yes.
It was definitely one of the OG games right there. Okay, let's see what we got. We got Sega. Damn.
What was that wrestling game? WCW versus NWO on Nintendo 64.
Yeah, I had that joint. I also had a WWE joint too.
I used to be tearing people up in it. Matter of fact, I'm about to go on my storage unit and find my 64 and see if I can find it.
I play my Super Nintendo every time I go to my parents' house, bro. Every time I go, I play NBA Live 95. I play Spider-Man. It was Spider-Man and it's not Venom, but what's the I can't think of it. I can't think of what the game is, but I play it every time. Street Fighter was that shit.
The original Street Fighter.
Street Fighter was it. Donkey Kong. I played Donkey Kong when I go over there. Paperboy. What y'all know about Paperboy?
Yo, Paperboy was the game, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, so if we're talking about
NBA Jam. I had that on Sega.
Sega Genesis. We're talking about Sega Genesis, right? My two favorite games on Sega Genesis. Streets of Rage.
Somebody just said that.
Streets of Rage, and because I used to, I'm a skater, so I was using skate all day, bro. I was tearing people's heads up. Pop, 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 pop. Streets of Rage and Toe Jam and Earl.
Yeah, I remember that. What you know about Demolition Man on Sega Genesis? I had Sega CD. Demolition Man was like that.
Sega CD was before its time. That's why it kind of like flopped.
That was right before PlayStation hit.
It was.
And somebody said Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal was like that.
Yo, I used to go to my homeboy house because I didn't have Twisted Metal, so I used to go over my boy house to play Twisted Metal.
Sleazy said, "Do you remember Bloody Roar?" I'm not familiar with that.
I know about it, but I never played it. I know you said offline we were talking about the game. My favorite for Nintendo was Battletoads.
Okay.
So
yeah, I didn't have Battletoads, so you got to tell everybody about it that remembers it.
So Battletoads came out on regular Nintendo and Super NES. It was basically a game where you're basically like fake ass Ninja Turtles, right? But they were toads. They were just regular toads. And there was this one. I remember there was this one board where you're going down this infinite hole, and they're hanging and gliding, and like the enemies are trying to fight you, almost like in Streets of Rage. So you hit them, it's like doo, doo, and then their foot get big. Like their foot, like they're like when they hit you with their foot gets like real big, and they kick them. It's like real dramatic.
Yeah.
If anybody in the chat remembers Battletoads, man, let me know. Battletoads
Nintendo,
was
my
my
favorite
game,
game.
bro.
Look, I'm such a football head, bro. My favorite game was Tecmo Bowl. Like I love Tecmo
Hey
Bowl. I can play
yo,
Tecmo Bowl all damn day,
with
bro.
the terrible graphics, bro. Like that joke.
Dog, you run that straight
See the
line.
guy running like this.
Yeah, hey dog. I
Could
look
never
a couple
tackle
years
that
ago.
dude.
A couple years ago. I put that on my I put that on my iPad. It was fun. And DuckTales too. DuckTales was that shit too.
Oh yeah. Somebody said Metroid.
DuckTales. What you know about Metroid?
I didn't play Metroid. Oh, what about Golden Axe? Golden Axe. Power up. Remember that? Just
I probably that sound familiar.
that was on
That
Sega
sound
Genesis.
familiar. It sound familiar like a mug.
And he had that little sword and his fist turning to fire. And he was
Hey, who remembers Deion Sanders when Deion Sanders had a game?
what? He had a game?
Yeah, he had a game.
I don't remember that.
But
Joke.
yeah, he had a game. I think it was on Sega. I think that joint was like that. It was definitely. They had a lot more football games then, like until Madden took over. And
So more recent times, you remember the 50 Cent game?
that was in the 90s. That couldn't have been in the 90s.
No, I said more recent. It was on PS3.
Oh. I never played it.
It was called Blood in the Sand.
Never played. Oh, somebody said yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. The 50 Cent game was fun.
Yeah. What about? Well, no, this ain't 90s, but you talking about 50? Shoot, Def Jam Vendetta was like that.
Yo, they need to bring that back. But see, a lot of the reason why you know why they stopped it, right?
Oh, probably. Well, for one, Def Jam got like the whole Jay-Z thing, but like it's probably licensing of the artists.
Licensing the artists, like you got to pay these guys to use their image, and all that.
Let's go back to.
But I loved it because it was like you would drop the beat, and then the whole environment would change. Like it was.
DMX was hard as hell to beat, bro.
Oh yeah.
Somebody said Super Mario Brothers was all, bro. I bet you everybody in the chat knows that's the best theme song of all time when it comes to video games. Definitely. Yeah.
And then they had like different beats for the different boards, and then when you die, that means you lost a man.
Yeah, Mario Brothers.
Try again.
But dog, Mario Brothers as a grown man used to piss me off though. I mean, as a grown man, it pisses me off. You want to know why Mario Brothers pisses me off? Dog, he was playing Captain Saberho to a joint that kept getting caught, bro. Like
it's like she wanted to get stolen.
At this point, leave her ass. She trying to be in the castle. She not really. You really not saving her, bro. Like,
bro, she low key there. She low key was busting down Bowser anyway, bro. Like,
Bowser was busting that.
Bowser was busting that down.
Oh, yo, Mario Go-Kart. Boom.
Mario Kart. Mario Kart is a classic, bro. My son even likes it now.
All my kids like that joint.
My son be playing that gang beats though.
He said Bowser was busting that joint down.
He was. That's why she kept running to him. I'm running back to you.
It was a toxic relationship.
And then Mario
was in the friend zone.
I'm gonna go get my boo. Meanwhile, he in there. Busting that down. Oh my god. I gotta save my. What do you say?
Y'all can't tell me y'all haven't thought about that. Mario was Captain Saber.
He was Captain Saber.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Mario, that joint pissed me off. What other games like you thought of that like he was just like, hold on, bro. Like, is this what we doing? Somebody said something about Gran Turismo. I do remember that as a kid. I do remember playing that. Was you looking up games?
Yeah.
Oh, Laura Croft definitely was in the 90s. That was the first between that and remember the PC game Duke Nukem?
Oh yeah.
Man, those were some of the first games where they had new girls. Like she would get yeah, like butterball naked at a certain point.
Hey, bro. And look, and you know what's funny? When we was kids, we ain't know nothing about that. And then now you go back and look at it, like, yo, they was really stripping in that joint.
Yeah, it was a peep show.
It was.
Duke was that was a good game, bro. That was ahead of its time. It definitely was. For sure.
Yo, you remember them games where you couldn't save the jump and you had to play it all the way through?
Chill. Who turned it off?
You gotta pause it. You gotta pause it to go eat dinner.
What game is it where they was the brothers? It was like the dragon or something. I forget.
Double Dragon.
It was just like Ninja Turtles. It was just like it, but it was just them. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that was it. Yeah. Sleazy said,
but again, that Battletoads game was like kind of like Ninja Turtles, but it was like I mean,
they all use the same code, just different characters.
Yeah.
A lot of the same code.
Oh, you taking it back? Duck Hunt.
Yeah. Remember you would get the double game, so you would get Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt
and Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic was that shit, bro. Sonic was it. I love Sonic. I still play it. Me and my lady's better at it than I am. I didn't even know she played video. She don't play video games, but she plays Sonic.
Everybody plays Sonic.
Sonic was, but it was Sonic.
Most women that are not gamers, they'll play Sonic.
Yeah, easy for sure.
Damn show.
So yeah, bro, we gonna get up out of here, man. You have any final thoughts for everybody? We talked about Dak, we talked about Micah, we talked about our signing Chuma, we talked about our visits, we talked about all of that stuff. What's one thing you want to leave everybody with before they head on out?
Only thing I'll say to the fans now, like if you're a true Cowboy fan, still remain that. I mean, we know what our team is. We know how our ownership is. It is what it is at this point, right? Only thing we could do now is just hope that this team does their due diligence in the draft and get whoever's left in free agency after the draft to round off the team. And let's go to training camp with a positive mindset and see what you guys can do. That's all we can do right now.
That's it, bro. The only thing that I'm going to tell you guys is to keep challenging. Don't just accept what people tell you. Like I told y'all about 105.3 having issues with content creators. It's not that, for one, we could all get together and we really could smoke this thing all together. It doesn't have to be you guys and us. It could all be one big happy family. Quite frankly, most of us got started because of you guys. We got started because of y'all. So don't look at it as a threat or don't look at it as us just being idiots out here with microphones. It's not like that. Most of us got started because of the coverage that you guys have. Like for me, I used to listen to 105.3 The Fan every day, and it got me through my day at work. So what I will say is keep pushing back. If something doesn't seem like it's right, keep pushing back, do your own due diligence, and just don't accept what's being told to you. Just don't accept what they're trying to say. Hey, this is our product. You don't like it? Oh, well, don't support it then. Keep pushing back because at the end of the day, I feel like as a fan base, we haven't pushed back enough. We haven't pushed back enough. and they're going to keep selling us the same product over and over, rinse, cycle, repeat, and we're going to be right back here next year. So in order to get something different, we have to be uncomfortable. We have to make them uncomfortable. We have to make them uncomfortable so that they can grow as an organization. If it's truly about us winning, Now, if they just want to, have a good time, it be a concert environment and all that type of stuff, like, well, let me know, because then at that point, I can bow on out, because for me, I love good football. I love trying to win. So that's where I'm at, guys. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. We're going to put this outro up, and I promise I'm gonna put the right outro up this time. E2, we ain't gonna get flagged this time. It's gonna be the right one. I deleted the other one.
Good Lord.
And we out of here, y'all. Peace.
I can't feel the pain, I'm numb to all you say. To keep it real and stay 100 through the rain. I can feel there's something missing from your face. So keep it real and stay 100 in your veins. Put me in these boxes, still I'm trying to break away. I just roll it up and down some liquor for my pain. Thoughts inside my head, it's nightmares instead of some dreams. I've been trying to hold on to everything from the seams. Try to get it by any means. There's no accepting defeat with all this pressure that's on me. Trusting whenever I breathe, cause everything is on me. If everybody is down, I gotta pick up all the pieces. Yeah, I can't fall, cause I do it for my dog, so she can make it fall. Ain't worry about your comments, cause I believe in karma. No time for your bullshit or